So hi everyone, this is our final project for the Big Data class. Group 11 analyzed the Charles Book Club dataset, which contains information on about 2,900 customers and 16 variables. Our first goal was to understand what factors influence customers' total spending on books, which we call Y1. So first, we built a cart regulation tree for Y1, the total amount spent on books. We set minimum basket 20 to 20 to ensure each terminal node had enough customers. Max step 3 to keep the tree interpretable, and CP 0.001 to avoid unnecessary splits. The final tree has 3 levels and 8 terminal nodes. The most important splitting variable was first purchase, which stands for the number of months since the customer's first purchase. This means that how long someone has been a member is the strongest predictor of how much they spend. Now, here are 3 terminal nodes. The first one is node 8. These customers made their first purchase less than 17 months ago, and they did not buy any geography books. Their predicted spending is the lowest, around $168. So new customers who do not buy geography books spend the least. The next one is Node 11. These customers have been members for more than 35 months and purchased geography books. They also have a low value of all, which stands for the number of months since their most recent purchase. Their spending is moderate, about $253. So long-term customers who recently bought books and like geography books tend to spend more. The last one is Node 15. These customers made their first purchase over 43 months ago and again have a relatively low ARP, meaning they bought something fairly recently. Their predicted spending is the highest, around $320. So long-term and active customers spend the most. So again, the most influential variable in predicting Y1 is first purchased, indicating the time since a customer first purchase is the strongest driver of total spending. And the validation RMSE was 89.79, which is about 43% of the mean value of Y1, which is $209.95. This indicates moderate predictive accuracy for the regression tree. So next, we built the random forest model to improve predictive performance. We use 500 trees, MTRY4, and node size 5. The random forest variable importance plot shows similar results to the cart tree. The most important predictor was again first purchase, the number of months since the customer's first purchase. This confirms that the length of the membership plays a major role in determining spending. Other important variables are the number of geography books purchased, the number of cookbooks purchased, the number of months since the most recent purchase, and related purchase, whether the customer purchased related Italian themes books. These results suggest that customers who have been members longer, who buy geography or cookbooks, and who purchased recently tend to spend more overall. The validation RMSE was 88.92, slightly better than the cart model. And yeah, also this RMSE is below the mean of Y1, which is 209.95. This indicates that the random forest provides more stable and accurate predictions. So finally, we built a neural network model for Y1. We use two hidden layers with two neurons in the first layer and three neurons in the second layer. We used ALPROP plus algorithm and a large step max to ensure convergence. The network includes all input variables and produce a single output value for Y1. Just like the random forest, the neural network identified the most important predictors as months since the first purchase, months since the most recent purchase, and number of geography books purchased. The RMSE of this model was around 101, which is higher than both CARD and random forest. Yeah, and which is also below the mean of Y1. This means the neural network did not outperform the other models in this dataset. So to conclude, all three models shows the strongest factor influence total book spending is the number of months since the customer's first purchase. Among the three models, the random forest achieved the best predictive accuracy. So we're moving on to the next bird.
Thank you, Mitsuki. Thank you. So for second part, we're focused on the Y2. First, our team built a card model for Y2, which predict whether a customer purchased the art history of Florence. We set the model to classify customer into yes is 1, no is 0, and limited the trade depth so the results would remain clear and practical for business decision making. And the model formed four final customer groups. The most important signal were whether the customer had bought the art books before, how long ago they first purchased from the company, and how recently they made their last purchase. Next slide, please. And the best performing segment, loyalty customer who bought the art books and purchased recently, had about a 65% likelihood of buying the book. Next slide, please. However, the model's AUC was only about 0.55, which means its predictive performance was weak, even though the segmentations inside are useful. Please, next. So next part, we built a random forest model for Y2. So we're using 500 decision trees. This improved the overall predictive ability through randomness and averaging. Next slide. Recency and first purchase among again appearance as the strongest predictors, followed by some book generous variables like cookbooks and art books. The random forest model increased the AUC to about 0.65, which is noticeably better than CAR, but still below than the level typically need for reliable market predictions. Next slide. Even after adjusting those, the model still struggle with identify many true buyers, showing only moderate gains in sensitivity. So the next slide, please. So the last part, we also built a neutral networking model for Y2 using one hidden layer with two neutrals to allow it to learn more complex relationship among input variable. Next slide. Well, the network could detect some interaction between the customer behave and their interest. Its overall predict accuracy remained limited. Similar to the other model, the top driver are purchase reasons and first purchase behave, meaning customer who still engage with the company or have a strong purchase history are most likely to respond to this specific book, specific book. So in general, I want to make a conclusion for the Y2, the second part. All three models tell us a consistent story. Customers who frequently buy our books have been with the bookshop for longer time and continue to making recent purchase are the strongest potential buyers of the art history of Florence. And the cart model provides a clearance business insight, while the random forest deliver the best prediction performance because the best prediction performance thought still not at a level strong enough for accurate targeting, right? And to improve for the future result, our team recommend incorporating more detailed behave data such as browsing history or marking response pattern, and which might better help us to better distinguish with the small number of the true buyer from the large minority of non-buyers. Thank you so much. That's our final report.